we
We're gonna
recording?
make sure.
Mic check,
Love
1,
is
2, 1,
life
2.
and life is living.
Yeah.
That's how you start us out, man.
Fucking awesome.
All right. Yeah. Force, give us good old. We are. We're a goatee. We're a sender.
Welcome back to the No Outs
That was
podcast.
good.
And
Wow.
I missed my countdown, but we're back on a rainy Thursday afternoon, ready to report some stuff to you guys, ready to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to start today. We got a public apology that needs to be made by request, so I'm going to kick it over to my man Zoe.
Oh, man. I wanted to publicly apologize for busting this man Tanner's lip while we were playing basketball the other day. This man was fouling all game. Ended up running into the back of my head.
Oh, no.
But I do feel bad that I made his lip bleed pretty good. So I want to send an apology, but I also want to say that it was a foul on you.
All right. Well, that's not how I see it, but
Let's discuss.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I see it. I'll
Yeah.
tell you the first game I busted, Zoe brought a homie over, and naturally I busted their ass just really simply.
Wow.
Extremely simply. I won the first game pretty easily. I got sent back to 13 one time, and they still couldn't get
The
me.
pure disrespect.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But
Is
then,
it true, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
it was that day.
And so we get into the second game, and Zoe's jump shot is not really falling, man. Zoe's hit or miss. If he's hot, he's hot. But sometimes it's not falling, and he was getting a little frustrated, and he was coming into the paint trying to kind of.
Trying. No, I was doing. And every bucket I just got straight buckets.
He got a lot of buckets, but not enough
Yeah.
to be winning at the time that this happened.
Nah.
And then,
I couldn't hit a free throw to save my life.
yeah, so he was getting a little frustrated. He came in a little bit out of control in the paint, and being the great defender I am, I was standing there straight up with my hands up. And this man decided to throw his skull into my lip, and I bit through my lip, and it bled for about 2 hours. But it's not a big deal, like I'm getting over it.
Oh, let's talk about this, Tanner. So were you in front of me or behind me?
I was behind you.
All right, let's talk. All right, so first of all, if you're behind me and your hands are up, what are you doing, dog? That's not how you play. Your hands can't be straight up behind me and you're doing anything.
Well, he might.
I know, I wasn't going to do anything.
So listen. This is what actually happened. I came over and I crossed Tanner up and I got in front of him, but I had another defender in front of me. I'm a small guy, so I had to figure out a way to score on this guy. While I'm waiting to pull this guy out a little bit, I ended up backing into Tanner. And as I'm backing into Tanner, he's jumping over my back. And as he jumped over my back one time, I was trying to shoot. And then as I was shooting my floater, my head just clipped him.
First off, if I'm jumping, then our heads are nowhere near each other. Second off, I'm not going to
Exactly.
jump. If you're
I'm
shooting
jumping.
if you're shooting a layup, I'm not jumping. You
I'm
said I
jumping-
jumped over your back. That's not true.
No, I said I'm jumping to shoot a jump. I'm jumping to shoot a floater.
Right.
And then you hit the back of my head. I don't know how you hit the back of me. And if you're hitting the back of somebody, that's a foul on you.
Well, I
Not
mean,
if you jump into me.
into playing third party, I wasn't there, didn't see it.
That's not
From my point of view, maybe I can't speak for him, but maybe this will make sense to him too. If you're going up and you hit Tanner in the lip, that's probably because of your motion, not Tanner's.
Is he? But he's
But
behind
you were,
me.
yeah, but you were jumping.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter where he's at, but you were jumping up. So it could have been a foul on him, could have been a foul on you. I don't know. I wasn't there. But you were going up, so physics.
Tanner couldn't have also been jumping. That's what.
Yeah.
It's a
So-
foul because he's
I'm
behind me and he has
I'm
to reach
having-
over me, bro.
The thing I'm having trouble with is you said he was jumping.
No,
Over
I
your
didn't.
back.
He said that.
Play
I
it
never
back.
said that.
Play it back.
I never said that.
Oh, we got it recorded. Don't worry.
It's
Tanner-
on wax.
Tanner was not jumping. No, that's not what I said.
Okay, so this is a second story
Because
we're getting tonight.
hey, literally, how am I supposed to see Tanner when he's behind my head? So how am I supposed to foul him if he's behind me?
I'm just going off what I was told 30 seconds ago.
Yeah,
that Tanner was
Tanner's-
jumping on your back.
Tanner misheard some words that I said and then said that, and I corrected him. So I
Okay.
think
I don't
that's
know.
where
We'll
you
see
might
in the
have got that
comment.
from.
I know what I heard. We'll see what the comments have to say.
I know my
will.
truth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and here's the thing, though. It doesn't matter if I'm behind you. It doesn't matter if you know where I am. If you jump into the space that I'm taking up and you hit me like that, it's a foul, man.
Not if I'm jumping straight. Even
You weren't jumping straight.
You're taller than me, bro. You don't understand this, but because I'm a short player, bro.
Yeah,
I've done this to many of players in my lifetime.
right.
So
I would imagine.
And it's a foul on every other player that's behind me every time. And you know why? It's because I have the space that I need when I shoot. That's all of my space.
Yeah.
When I'm jumping into my jump shot, whatever I do is my space. If you hit me,
It wasn't
it's
a
a foul
jump
on
shot.
you.
It was a layup.
it was a floater, bro.
No, it wasn't.
I had somebody in front of me.
You were literally right at the rim.
I'm 5'10", bro. He's 6 foot. Come on, G.
Nah, bro.
And I got a
Hey,
6-footer behind me. I'm shooting a floater. And I had you literally on my hip, bro.
Hey, this isn't the main
I
part.
know where you were.
This was supposed to be an apology. It turned into been making it my fault, but it's okay. You know, my lip is busted. I don't have herpes. If you see a little bustedness on my lip, it's because Zoe dropped a people's elbow on me when I was
Yeah,
sleeping.
Zoe's punching.
Hey,
Zoe's
all I
throwing
say-
punches.
I do want to bring up
all I
one
want to
thing.
say is I apologize for busting your lip, but I do not apologize for you saying that I fouled you because you fouled me.
Well, if it wasn't a foul, you wouldn't have to apologize for it.
No, I apologize for busting your lip, bro. That's like if I got in a fight and I knocked somebody out. I apologize for knocking you out, but I'm trying to win the fight. I don't want you to have CTE, but that's just
It does sound like
it-
that same logic.
I'm
yeah.
trying to get buckets. I don't want to bust your lips, but I'm trying to get buckets. If I have to bust lips to get buckets,
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
it is, but that's not a legal way to get buckets. But I will tell you this: it's all right. We're out here, you know. That's all I gotta say on it. I accept your apology. I know it wasn't on purpose, but
I
I
do
do think it was not in control.
I do want to bring something up before we get rolling real quick. Tanner, are you comfortable the way you're sitting there, man?
Not really,
Just from my perspective here, you seem to be a tad.
dude. But I have to get into this table, and I have to be.
Yeah, there
like-
you go. Yeah, slide your ass out a little bit.
dude. But I have to
I'm
be.
sorry, I just
slouched.
noticed that. No,
I have to be slouched
Yeah,
to
we
get
have-
to this
oh,
mic.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your head.
I'm also trying
I'm
to
looking
hide
out for
my-
your spine. You know.
I'm also trying to hide my lip, so
Oh, okay. I see. You're looking a little curved over there.
it's all right. Well, we're on the verge of UFC 259. Could be probably one of the best cards that we've watched in a few years, at least.
Since we've been watching, maybe.
Since
Yeah, it's
we've been
gonna be
watching,
really
yeah.
exciting.
Didn't they have another card last year with 3 championship fights on it?
They did, yeah, but it was lower weight classes, not 4 champions fighting.
Yeah,
This
it wasn't
one's
4.
huge.
Yeah, it is.
And this is Izzy's first fight in a higher weight class.
Yep.
His first fight, and
Yeah.
he's fighting for the belt in a different weight class.
He's moving up,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is crazy. There's not a lot of. I feel people always talk about how like Connor or someone that's that high, they can only move weight classes and fight the champ if they're that person.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
there's only been 5 people to hold 2 belts, so.
But like if you switch weight classes and you're not Izzy or you're not Connor, you have to go through the ranks. You can't
Oh,
just
yeah.
jump
Yeah,
like Izzy
definitely.
he gets to just jump to the top.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I'm pretty sure that middleweight to heavyweight's the largest weight jump. 20 pounds.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Is it heavy?
Is it?
It's light heavy.
I mean, light
Light
heavy.
heavy.
Light
yeah,
heavy.
yeah, middle to
Yeah.
light heavy.
Yeah.
it's still a pretty big.
What's the jump between light heavy to heavy?
I think it's only 10, bro. I think it's 205 to 215.
And it's 215 to 265.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but if Izzy wins, he's probably gonna go up to. He won't say, but I bet you he goes up to heavyweight to fight John
'Cause
Jones.
how tall is he? Like 6'5", 6'6"?
Hey,
Yeah.
can you look up how tall Izzy is for us real quick, man?
Can you Google Israel Adesanya?
You can look up Style Bender.
Look up the UFC weight classes too while you're there.
I don't think he does it if Ngannou wins the belt and he beats John Jones.
If Francis beats John Jones,
Yeah.
you don't think that he'll fight John?
I don't think that he would fight Francis. If Francis
Oh,
beats John and Francis has the belt,
Yeah.
I know this because him and Kamaru already said they're not going to fight each other. They're trying to have as many UFC belts as they can in Africa,
Yeah.
so they can have a continental fight there
I feel you.
one day.
I think that you're right. I think that Izzy is chasing John Jones for the GOAT status, and I think if John Jones loses, there would be no reason for Izzy to fight him anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That'd be tough. You had to go up that whole weight.
I don't know, bro. If John Jones loses in heavyweight, I still have him as my GOAT.
What do we got over
depends
there?
on how he loses, right?
What is the tree?
What if he gets
Yeah.
starched?
It's heavyweights, to be honest with you. If he gets, say that Ngannou
You're not
beats
on mic.
Stipe, and Ngannou just hits John Jones with a crazy punch.
That's it.
He's 6'2". He's only 6'2".
6'2", 3/4.
I thought, by the way, I think it's because in middle he's pretty skinny, so he makes him look really tall. He looked like
Yeah.
6'6".
He's got long reach. Do you have his reach?
I feel like he's like
available
6'6".
easily.
86 inches.
Dude, this is the
They
crazy
say yeah,
thing.
he's 6'2".
This is the crazy thing. What's the limits for light heavy, top and bottom?
205. Light heavy is 205.
205 to 215?
No, it's just 205 to light heavy.
No, I mean light heavyweight, like, what's the cutoffs?
The 205 the cutoff for light heavyweight.
Oh, yeah. So you can't be more than that.
No.
So then what
Really
is... So if you're 210, you fight heavies?
If you're 210, you drop weight to 205.
Yeah.
Most people that fight 205 usually walk around 230.
I
It's
said most
everybody in the
heavyweights
UFC, yeah.
are
Everybody.
I mean,
all
like-
260. All heavyweights are 260.
Most people like Ngannou,
Yeah.
I think
Not all
Ngannou
of
walked
them.
around like 280, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much he walks around at, but I know he cuts weight to
Yeah.
meet the weight limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Israel's coming in. He said he's probably going to fight at 193.
Yeah.
In the two, yeah.
He's
And
gonna be
dude-
big. He's gonna be big.
I mean, he's going to be big, but he's not going to be as big as who he's fighting, dude. The dude he's fighting, Jan, is a fucking Polish hammer. Bro.
I don't
That's his
think-
nickname.
But he's fast, dude. He's shifty. He's long.
He is, but if Jan makes the fight dirty, Jan's winning. And I got Jan. That's my bold prediction of the
Oh,
evening.
So-
Oh wow.
I think
Ooh.
I
I
got
think the
Jan.
only way that Jan wins is if they stay up. If they go to the ground,
no.
you don't think so?
I think
No?
it's literally the
Izzy's a
opposite.
Oh, really?
kickboxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
dude,
like don't
yeah.
let him dodge. Like if Izzy can dodge a punch, he will. You know.
Yeah.
So you just have to make it so he can block it only. And
Yeah.
You just have to bust through his block almost.
Dude, if he goes for the body, I would be attacking Izzy's body, and I think he's gonna attack the body and win. That's my bold prediction. of the evening.
What's Jan's height and like reach? Kind of, are they similarly
Hey,
stacked? Or?
Can you look up Jan's stats? The dude fighting Izzy.
Hey, bro, I think that if
we
he
should
goes
have
for,
been a little more.
I think
Prepared.
the moment he goes for
Yeah,
Izzy's body,
that's
Izzy's
alright.
gonna kick him in the face.
He might.
Yeah, I just don't know if Izzy's got a
If he rushes
decent
in,
reach advantage like he normally does, like
yeah.
He
if
won't.
keep him
though.
at a
I don't
decent
think he will.
distance. No,
Can you look up? Yeah, look up the tail of the tape. Like compare them, their stats. You know.
I think you're misunderstanding.
Thank you, Forrest.
Like it's not that Izzy just has reach, bro, but it's that he knows how to use his reach to 100%.
No, I
of its
understand it.
full potential.
I think that if it stays on the feet and there's no clinches and it's a clean fight and not a dirty fight, then Izzy's gonna win.
yeah, like
but
if Izzy can keep
But I-
at his distance,
yeah, but I think
and fight in his like comfort zone.
Jan is good at making it dirty, dude, and he's gonna get him up and he's gonna do some work. But it's gonna be. I'm more excited for this fight than I've been in a long time.
Me
I
too.
think.
Yeah,
I'm excited for all the fights, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
excited to see Amanda Nunez.
Three
dude.
times. Yeah, dude.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm
Dude.
really excited to watch her fight.
The girl she's fighting is so tall, bro. Did you see the way or like they did
Uh-uh.
the stare downs today? And the girl's so big.
Looking over her.
Yeah, she's looking over and she's going like this, and she has tattoos all on her hands, bro. Like she looks fucking insane. It's crazy, dude.
Megan's 6 foot, bro. I think that
What is she ranked? I don't think I've ever heard
Yeah,
her.
she's ranked. She
She's-
has to be ranked.
I don't know what her ranking is necessarily, and rankings in UFC kind of really don't matter. It's almost like UFC, like Dana White threw what's his name, Chimaev.
Oh yeah,
He threw-
Kazmat Chimaev.
Yeah, Kazma. He threw Kazma a rating, bro. Just before his fight, just cause he didn't have a rating beforehand, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Because I was like, I feel like the girls' weight class, it after fights change a lot.
yeah.
Like where they're
No.
classified, dude, it changes a lot.
So I was watching. I think it was Brendan Schwab. Shout out to the hometown legend.
Hey, B Shab,
Yeah,
thick boy bike
Thick
club.
Boy, Thick Boy. Yeah, I was watching Mr. Thick Boy, and he was talking about how they actually don't have rankings in the featherweight division. There's not enough women.
oh, so it's just
Mm.
They don't have 10 almost, you know. So it's like
Damn.
you can't have a top 8.
so you think whoever they see fit, that's number one contender fights.
I
Yeah,
think
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
who is Amanda not beat yet?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Amanda
Yeah,
is
she's beat everyone. dude.
Amanda's
Yeah.
running out of people to fight.
And then Megan, she's good, bro, and she's tall enough that she presents Amanda a lot of problems. And I heard that she has a really good chin. When I was watching her fights, I didn't necessarily see her get tested a whole bunch to like test her chin. But I did see that she has crazy elbows that she doesn't get taken down when she's on the fence, where Amanda actually likes to fight the most. And even though that she's a really low underdog, I think she has a chance to actually win it.
Yeah, dude, being taller has a lot of benefits.
Mhm.
Yeah, it really does. Because I mean, her elbows are right at head level.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Her knees
yeah.
are at head level.
Dude, yeah. She
You
could,
know?
she could do a flying knee or something right to the chin.
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't even got to jump. Like, she doesn't have to jump to knee her in the face.
Dude, all the
Yeah.
fights are gonna be crazy. I'm
Oh,
excited.
it's gonna be good.
Dude,
yeah.
I got a real bold prediction for the UFC in general.
Yeah. What is it?
I think that in the lightweight division, they're gonna do Dustin Connor 3 for the title. That's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna be asking. Everyone's gonna be up in arms because Connor's coming off a loss fighting for a title, and there's gonna be massive overhaul in UFC. The UFC can't stay the same, dude. We're in the wild west of the UFC right now. Dana White and what's that dude? Sean Shelby.
Yeah.
Literally pick their fights. They pick what happens. There's no.
They have their favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no organization
actual,
of the fighters. There's no union for them. Like a UFC fighter in their post game interview couldn't talk shit on the UFC like NBA players do. NBA players will talk shit on their league, but if the UFC fighter does that, he's out of work.
Yeah, they'll just cut his contract.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
it depends. And I think it's the same way in the NBA. Like, you can't be a 6 man coming off. Even Lou Will. Like, if Lou Will's talking crazy, the NBA this, NBA that, I don't know how long they're keeping Lou Will in the NBA.
That's true, but I mean, even the top guys like LeBron and Giannis came out this year and they were like, why are we doing an All-Star game? This makes no sense.
Hey, but
Draymond came out and he said there's a lot of dudes in the NBA that don't know how to play basketball.
they came out and said stuff like that, but they didn't come out against China. So the same way that UFC fighters won't go against the people that pay them, neither have the NBA players.
Exactly, but that can't be how it is because then the people that pay you just completely control what you're doing.
Exactly. And that's the big problem that I have with athletics and kind of how the things are going right now. You know?
Yeah, but
So
at least in the
isn't, like-
NBA, like they have a union. Like if you're an
Well, and there's
NBA
like
if you're an NBA player and you're shitting on the NBA, you're partly shitting on yourself because you have a union that represents things that you can change.
Yeah.
But the UFC, it's like dictatorship.
Well, and
Yeah.
also, like the problem with the UFC is like in the NBA league, like, if I win this many games and I advance, like there's like set rules to advance
Right.
to get like
Exactly.
to a championship. In the UFC, like, can't be like, oh, if I fight him next, he's the next rank, or if I fight this guy next,
Yeah.
he's next.
Yeah. If Dana, if
There's
Dana
no
doesn't
set
like
way
you,
to like advance.
Exactly.
Really, it's like all
Yeah.
picked fights.
If you're not a
so-
huge name, like look at Dustin Poirier, dude. He's beat absolute killers, and they're still questioning whether he's going to get the next title defense.
Hey, you know what
Yeah.
I'll tell you?
Yeah, that's-
You know what
yeah.
I'll tell you? Dana White is a fair man in the sense of that if you can bring him viewership and you can bring eyeballs and you can win fights, he doesn't matter if he doesn't like you. He will still put you in the best fights.
But
And I will give
but
you an example of Kevin Holland because he did not like Kevin Holland. And Kevin Holland actually was fighting for the UFC, I think almost like 11 years ago. Something crazy, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
And Dana White didn't like him because he was talking a whole bunch, but he wasn't winning.
Yeah.
And he ended up calling him up to fight Thiago Santos before he fought John Jones. And he was like one of the scariest fighters in the UFC. And he took him to decision, didn't win the fight, but he ended up making a contract into the UFC, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's true. Quick side note: they just released Kevin Holland's ratings for UFC 4.
Really?
So they're about to put him in. But I would say that I mean,
But
you
like,
can. I think if you're bringing a lot of views, then Dana White will give you good fights. But if you're winning fight, it doesn't matter if you're winning fights. If it's
Yeah.
in a boring way, then you might not get another
It's
fight.
like
Poirier-
it's more of an entertainment industry.
Exactly.
Poirier's knocking people
performance.
out,
Yeah.
getting good wins. I follow him on, or we're talking about Gaethje or
No,
Poirier.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lives here in Colorado, in Denver.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
Justin
Gaethje.
Gaethje.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Poirier. Yeah. I follow him on Instagram. His Instagram's not huge.
No.
Like he doesn't have hundreds of thousands he has thousands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, if you look at Justin Gaethje, the last 3 opponents that he's beat, there should be absolutely
As a fighter, they should be based
yeah.
off as a fighter, not as a social media influencer.
Exactly. Like you could make him fight Justin Gaethje for the belt, or you can give him the belt. But anything other than that is disrespect.
Or Charles Oliveira. If he fought
Yeah.
Charles, I'd be happy with that
Okay,
too.
yeah, I would let him fight Charles, but
Or Michael
dude,
Chandler.
if he doesn't get
I
literally
was gonna say, how does
anybody
Michael
else.
Chandler get in the mix? There?
There's literally
he
If-
has to get more UFC wins, I think.
if
Well, yeah,
Dustin
before a
fought
title
if
fight,
Dustin
but-
fought those Ralph and Anjos, bro, like I think that there's a lot of fighters that the UFC could put in front of Conor for a championship before that they put him up there. But
And-
I also think that if they want to, I
Wait.
know that Dustin.
Did you say Conor deserves a title belt? Is that what
No,
you said?
I'm saying before Conor, there's a lot of fighters. Like I could probably name 4 fighters that
Yeah.
I would want to put before him.
Yeah.
I do
You know?
too.
And dude, and that's where it gets weird because like the way that it's set up, it's not like the fighters are even trying to get their best fight. The fighters are trying to get the highest paid. You
Yeah.
saw
Yeah,
it
they're
when-
just trying to get money.
Yeah.
That's all they care about now.
You
And to
saw
me,
it-
I understand that. Like as a person, I understand that. And I think the best thing that the UFC could do is do something like the one organization does in Japan and do a Grand Prix, you know?
Okay, so they all fight in their
A tournament.
respected weight division,
Yeah.
and the winner gets the big money. But that's
no, the winner gets a championship. So like you can have you can have Dustin and Conor fight first,
okay.
but that's just the first round. And then you have Justin Gaethje versus whoever.
just a bracket.
Charles
yeah.
Vera
yeah,
versus
like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
March Madness shit.
Okay.
Exactly.
You
'Cause
could
that-
do that.
Like
yeah.
that'd be like an exact way to figure out like who's a
Exactly.
champion.
It would just
Exactly.
Instead of like
if you
you're a contender and you're
Yeah.
gonna fight him, and then who you get a belt.
if you did fight like that, it would take like years though.
I
Because
don't
like,
know.
but if Connor and Dustin go at it, dude,
I was saying,
and
like,
they're
yeah,
both
doing
fucked
multiple
up,
fights,
they're fighting
or-
twice a year max.
So what I'm doing, if I'm
Yeah.
the UFC, is I do the fights on the same night, and I have 4 fights in the same division, on the same night, and I have it be a pay-per-view, something crazy, something that
Yeah.
never has happened in the UFC before.
Yeah.
All of those fights are not gonna go to decision and be crazy, you know. All of them have potential to not even go that far in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So, after everything breaks down, we have the brackets broken back out, and we have another fight again in 4 to 5 months, and that's enough time for most UFC fighters, unless it's a war, you know.
Yeah.
And if there's a war, then
To
we
get
make-
healthy enough.
exactly. And if
Yeah.
there's a war, we make we deal with that when that happens.
So instead of like
Yeah.
having like one round be spread out over like a month or so of like different fight nights, like you try to knock a whole round of the tournament out
exactly
at one fight night, so then everyone can recover
Yeah.
till the next
exactly.
fight. Yeah, that would, yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And
That'd
then
be
it-
dope too, and like people would tune in for that shit.
Yeah.
It has to be some kind of structure, dude. It can't be.
It can't just be like picking.
It
Well,
can't
and
be.
aren't
Dana-
they-
Yeah.
Aren't they trying to? They're
not-
trying to like have someone above Dana, put someone above Dana that.
Well, not necessarily above Dana. They're trying to split.
They should just have
power
a
up.
like an
Yeah.
actual structure of like
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
you become a champion, not just
because like
he would be the owner of the UFC
It's-
and kind of
yeah. It's with the numbers that it's pulling since COVID. Like, it can't be Dana White and Sean Shelby sitting in a room picking who the fights are. Like,
it's just two guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be that.
That's true.
And I understand he has a full team that he picks with, but at the end of the day, I think it's what those two want.
And I
It's-
also understand that he brought that shit from being, underground, illegal. This is, the most gory,
Yeah.
disgusting, most violent,
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Bohemian
dude, no,
sport you can
literally,
do.
you die. You can die in the ring. Now it's
Yeah.
not.
yeah.
And now
Yeah.
it's like it's an art. It's like all the things that boxing and all other martial arts are.
All into one. Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody sees it for what it actually is now.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Dana White. He brought that
Yeah.
shit, like you said. And UFC is. I'm more excited for UFC right now, other than NBA. Like, it's right up there with NBA. So
I'm excited for the UFC, but wouldn't you think like if Dana walked away right now, right, from the UFC, he would have more than enough money for his kids and probably his kids' kids
Oh,
to
yeah,
live.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
about
But
the money
he,
for
he
him.
built it and he
But
loves what he
then why
does.
doesn't he why doesn't he pay the fighters? Why does he only pays what was it like 3% of what the UFC makes to fighters? All fighters make up 3% of the income that the whole UFC gets.
humans are greedy, bro.
I think that there's a lot of things that people don't realize the UFC does. The UFC pays all of the insurance fees for fighters.
Yeah, they
every
they have
single
a
fighter,
lot.
every single fighter needs to go to the hospital afterwards.
Yeah.
and it's probably just as much as their paycheck to go to the hospital. And
Are
do
you
all
sure
that
that they pay for that? Because is
Yes.
that recent that they started doing that?
they've been doing this for years now, bro?
Because I know when Brendan Schaub was in the UFC and he was
After Brandon, for sure.
okay.
But
Yeah.
it's
That might be true, but
it's like post USADA.
my thing is it almost parallels what's going on in college athletics. Like with the amount of views and the amount of money that's being made in the company,
Yeah.
the amount that fighters are getting it's not fair.
There's some money somewhere for the fighters.
Yeah.
Like it's not all going.
There has to be, because without the fighters, there's nothing.
Literally, the UFC's nothing.
I think
Yeah.
I think once stadiums open back up and they're able to get open gates, if they gave fighters open gate revenue, that would be really like that should
That
be
would
what
be
the
good.
UFC needs to do.
Yeah.
That would be
Every ticket sold, the fighters get a cut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I would agree with that.
But the other thing is, how do you split that up between fighters? Do you just give, a base pay to prelims, to main card, to,
That's
the
what
main fight?
that's what I would do. If you're a prelim fighter, dude, that it happens every time.
It's all good.
If you're a prelim fighter, I think
shit's
that it should be a set wage, and you have to work your way up to be in that main card and that
Yeah.
main fight of the night,
yeah,
which is how it's always
I
worked.
bet
So
you
it
that's
makes
Yeah.
sense. The best, like the highest players, like LeBron gets paid the
Thanks,
most
Toasty.
because he's the best player. You
Yeah.
have to work
Just
to
leave
get
it out.
there.
It's chill.
Yeah.
yeah. And at the same time that I'm calling for overhaul in the UFC, I absolutely love the fact that they can have something like the Contender Series where you just come in
Yeah.
and you fucking you get a good fight and you're in the league. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is really fun to watch a professional sports league that's getting so big be completely outside of everything else, but at the same time it's hurting fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think like having like a laid out structure of like how you can make more money, how you can advance in a division, how you can become a championship, like
Yeah.
If there's
an-
papers,
like an
yeah,
actual set like way
Yeah.
to do it, and not
Right. And like
so much fluidity, kind of.
yeah, and like
I think-
paying the fighters more it doesn't really matter at the very top because those guys can get sponsorship deals and shit, but like it matters when you're talking about the not the prelims, but like
the up and comers, dude.
Yeah.
like
Like middle
if you-
tier,
if you-
middle
if you-
division
yeah,
fighters.
if you want an up and comer to stay in the league,
Mhm.
you have to pay him, or else he's gonna get burnt out. He's putting in work to fight the best people in the league, and he's
Well,
not getting paid. To
I don't
do
know
it.
about that though. To me, I feel like everybody needs to get a percentage of revenue that is generated, but I think that's also different in tiers,
Mhm.
If you're on the prelims, main card, I don't know how much of a percentage I would give a fighter, but I would give them probably like, off the top of my head, I'm thinking maybe 3%, and that might be a little high. But if you're on like the prelims, you should get like less than 1%, like
Just like a base.
0.75, 0.8.
like a
Which
base
is still
bonus even.
a ton of
Yeah.
money, dude. Because
100%.
pay-per-view sales is what they're doing right now is ridiculous.
Millions of
Yeah,
millions.
and, like,
yeah.
millions of
So-
pay-per-view sales.
So
something
it's
else.
gonna, it'd be more than what they're actually making now.
Yeah,
But I don't think that it should be an absorbent amount more than they're making now. Like I don't think that there's any reason for UFC fighters to fuss, to be honest.
Are you serious?
Yes.
When I was listening to Poirier and Dustin, I've listened to, they're cool people and they do a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
And they always talk about how after their fights, they will go home. They'll have to have a seat on an airplane in coach next to 3 other people, and they just fought someone. And by the time they get home, they have $100 from the fight, and they have to go to their normal job and start working again, even though they just
That's
won.
low level fighters.
When
That's low level.
yeah.
I was like, what
when
level
they
is
first
that?
started.
Yeah,
No,
and
like,
but
'cause
that's
you have to-
everything. That's literally like college players don't get paid before they go to the NBA.
All right, so
And is
I
any
got
of this
a question.
is any of this right? Or is any of this moral? No. But do we live in America where it's like a capitalistic democracy? It is what it is. Like
So do you think college athletes should be getting paid?
yes. And if I'm a college athlete, I'm gonna do something unionized, and I'm gonna shut down the entire league until I get paid.
Dude, but that's the thing.
But that's different.
yeah,
you
but
know?
I was
Like the
thinking about it
NFL's done
today.
that.
No, I was thinking about it today. Like college basketball can't because you get a max 5 years. There's nobody like Chris Paul that's been there for 15 years that understands it. You know what I'm saying? There's no union of college basketball players
Yeah.
that can't exist.
You know what you could do though is you can take the top 20. Even if you took the top
If you
I
got
would say
if you got coaches on board, supporting
coaches,
the
you don't-
players.
if you got coaches on board, that would just shut everything down totally. But I'm saying players. If you took the top 20 college players and they all said we're not playing because of X, Y, and Z until we get paid, the amount of negative publicity that brings to the NCAA, plus the amount of negative revenue that brings to the NCAA,
Yeah.
they have to do something about that.
But
What do they do? I don't know.
Because like
but do
think
you
about it.
think
There's
they-
like 640 players in the league, like 64
Yeah.
teams, 10 guy 12, 15 roster. But like,
Yeah.
but
you
how
look-
many names do you actually know? Yeah, it'd be
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like how
It's
many
hard,
Zions
dude.
are there? How many?
Yeah, because I was trying to think about it today, and it's like it would literally be so hard for them to have representation without a group of adults hanging in there for them and just fighting for college basketball rights, like
Yeah.
or college sports rights in general, and not like it's just the seniors that are there that year that are fighting. Like
Yeah.
it's hard, man.
Now, is it tough for players to do that? Yes, but I think the NBA did a great thing with doing allowing high school players to go into the G League
Yeah,
and get paid and go to college at the same time.
yeah,
So now, literally, all the superstar players that don't want to just go to college for 1 year, you can go to the NBA now.
Yeah. Teach the fucking NCAA a lesson.
Exactly.
Fuck you, NCAA.
Exactly. You know, like
Fuck you.
Yeah.
there's no reason for players to do that. But at the same time, I don't think that you can throw your hands up at the at the NCAA and be like, hey, like, why aren't you paying these people? I'm not paying them because I get X amount of billion more dollars, you know?
yeah. But you wouldn't get those dollars without them, so you have to pay.
They are
them.
the industry.
Hey, exactly. But I have convinced all of these players that they need me.
What? But
So
you
Hey,
also
this
gotta-
brings up an interesting point that
because
I
you have
saw
to look
today.
at the value
Is
of
it moral?
the NCAA bringing too. Because like, are the players marketable if they don't have the TV deals? The like the NCAA has all the
yeah, dude.
logistics in
the thing
place
that
to
now
make money off of basketball. Basically.
beforehand it was no, but now it's yes.
Now
it's like $1 billion.
it's changing
yeah.
though.
I know
Dude,
more high school players than I know college players.
Yeah, but
yeah.
have you seen? Overtime, the media outlet, the basketball media
Yeah.
outlet, Overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll
Mm,
post clips.
yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
I know them as a popular Instagram page, but I literally just saw maybe today or yesterday. They're creating a high school basketball league, and their starting salary is, or not. I don't know if it's starting salary, but average salary is $70,000 a year.
7,000.
For 70 for high school basketball players.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah, and I
Well,
was
that's just
thinking
like-
how are you not exploiting kids at that point? But if they're making the money, it doesn't seem like you are.
And it
Same
will
way as
be-
working at Pizza Hut.
Dude, it'll be-
Exposure.
Play institutions like Spire, like where LaMelo went. It won't be high schools. It will be an They
Yeah, it's like a prep
literally
school
call
league.
it like they literally call it an institution.
Yeah,
that
what's
the
a
kids
prep
go
school?
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not a high school. Like you're not going to high school there. You're literally playing in a league when you're in
Yeah.
high school.
It's like being on
Yeah,
like a
you're-
Yeah, it's being like
17U.
on an AAU
Yeah.
team
Yeah.
making $70K a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it's like.
You're technically like you are in high school, but like
Because you're a
not
top
really.
level player, we can market
Yeah.
you. We
Exactly.
can sell tickets.
It's like IMG Academy kind of. Like
only
the
thing-
players stay on campus at IMG Academy.
What's
yeah.
IMG Academy?
it's a prep school.
It's a high school that obliterates any other high school in the nation at
Mm.
any sport.
Yeah, but
It's-
I'm telling you, this league isn't gonna be where you're staying on campus. It's gonna be like the NBA where you show up for practice, show up for
Yeah.
games, and you're done. Like you
It's
go
like-
to high school and then you go to your job, which is being a professional basketball player at 17 years old.
It's like
That's awesome.
yeah.
I think it's dope.
I think it's sick.
I think it's gonna be really crazy.
Do you-
man. Like how quick shit is changing with like people getting paid and people getting what they're owed. Like it's.
Do you think that the NBA could reverse the no high schoolers straight into the league and just start letting high schoolers back straight into the league again, or no?
Well, they're.
I don't think that they
have
should.
to.
I think doing the G League thing is good enough. You're able to
That's
get
a
money.
good step.
Hey, bro, because listen to it on this faction. You're able to go into the league for a year, get money, get experience. You may not get that exact contract that you're looking for your rookie year, but at the same time, you're not putting yourself at the same risk, and you're not putting teams at the same risk that they were at beforehand.
So are you saying a person could graduate high school and go straight into the G League for a year and then go to the NBA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
a-
respect that.
Yeah, I'm almost positive. Can you look that up for us, Forrest? Look up the new G League, high school to G League rule.
Dude, Forrest looks like he's about to go hunt raccoons with a slingshot, bro. What is? Show us that mullet. Flap that mullet around.
I like it.
God.
That's a good look right there. And you shaved, huh?
But
Forrest
yeah,
shaved
bro.
his face, dude. He looks like he's about 12 years old, and he looks like he preys upon raccoons.
He looks
in
like
the
a 12-year-old
wilderness.
who's
He works at a
been through
union for
30 years
sure.
of shit.
Yeah, dude, he works at a union.
Oh,
Definitely.
Alex, I got a turkey hunting spot for us.
Oh?
And there's a creek there with brookies in it. And I'll tell you about it a little bit more off the podcast, but it seems like a great spot.
Can't
Is
give
it-
away the location.
Are we talking? This is PL?
What do you mean, PO?
I wanted you to look up.
Public land?
I wanted you to look
Yeah, it's
up
public land.
G
State
League.
land.
State land.
State land.
State land.
High school to G League rule. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Why-
is that the rule right now, or is that the rule next year?
So,
I
yeah,
think
now.
that the rule next year, because I heard that a college, I heard that
No, he said
one of the
G
top
League is taken right out of high school.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but like
For
that-
NBA,
that's-
1 year removed or college.
I
But the
feel
G
you.
League is right out of high school.
I guess it does
Yeah.
open up an option for you. Have any like big players done that?
yeah, a couple of the.
I thought
Do you
that I
think-
heard about
Do you think
that,
Bronny does that?
I could look up the.
No.
I could look up the player
No.
who did it.
No, Brownie has.
Look
That-
up high
that's the
school
thing.
players to the G
They're
League
not gonna,
next,
they're
next
gonna pay a
season.
dime for school.
Like,
2021
Bronny's
season.
a senior right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're someone like Bronny, then getting free college is nothing to you.
But like he's not gonna
Exactly.
He's not gonna get a degree because he's not gonna be there for 4 years.
exactly.
So, yeah, that's
But
He
what
might
I'm
get a
saying.
degree, but he's going to get a degree while he's playing in the league. He's not going to
Well,
lose
that's what
out
I'm
on
saying,
3 years
yeah.
of income.
That's what I'm asking. You think
Yeah.
he's going to go straight to the G League, not go to college?
no,
he'll go
to
play 1
college.
year.
You think
Dude,
so? Yeah.
it's the experience of college basketball. Like he could go to a top tier school and like players still talk about it and they're like, dude, the 1 or 2 years I spent in college was like incredible. And I bet you LeBron skipped out on college. I bet you he's like, dude, go experience it at least.
And
literally,
it's like still
Yeah.
you're a king. You know, like
Yeah.
you literally get anything you want, everything you want.
Yeah, he's already famous before he goes.
well,
to
and as far as
You
like
know?
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
game
true.
goes, like he's playing high level, but like there's still a jump to college. I feel like
And
yeah, definitely.
to
but
college
what I'm
ball,
saying
yeah.
is like college athletes, bro. Like they're treated on a different level than even NBA players are. I think at the college that they're at, they get
higher,
every-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
you're like
wait.
the fame of an NBA player, but like in your like college
Yeah.
bubble. Like so when you're in
It's
that
12,
bubble,
dude. It's 12 of you at a school that has 50,000 kids, and they all know you.
And it's not-
12 of you.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you're one of the superstars, you're not just one of the 12. You're the
You're the
the
team.
person
Yeah, you're
who's
the
bringing
team.
in the money.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like,
that's true.
that's where you get a
I knew a couple of players that got out of
who
big
got,
trouble.
who got
at
in
mine.
trouble at who's the coach of Louisville? I'm trying
Oh,
to think of the name.
Patino.
Yeah, Rick Pitino got in some trouble a couple years ago, right? For all that.
Yeah,
Pitino.
He was bringing in like hookers and shit for his players.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Shout out Drake, Rick Pitino. I take him to strip
Do you-
clubs and casinos.
Because the NCAA, they like own the players, like on and off the
Essentially,
court. Pretty much.
Essentially,
their
yeah.
image. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, do you think that their public and private life should be like on the court can be as public as whatever,
Huh?
but their private life is not?
I mean, it
mess with.
depends. If you're doing something illegal, then yeah, it's gonna be public because you're a public.
But
image.
strippers isn't illegal. They're all of age.
No, it was illegal because he was bringing in high school recruits and taking them to strip
Yeah.
clubs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they're technically like
Then, yeah, that's different.
not supposed to receive like monetary gifts.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
can't-
I'm off the
yeah.
mic a little bit. My bad, guys.
Yeah, scoot
Might
up,
be.
man.
Yeah, my question is, do you think that's fair? No, I
What?
know that that's the case.
Is
but
No,
what
that's
fair?
not fair.
That they can't receive anything.
That they can't
Yeah,
receive anything,
I think that's
or
fair.
that they literally are under the watch of the NCAA. Even like if they go home for the summer, the NCAA is still watching what they do.
Well,
No.
yeah.
I don't think that's fair. And I don't think it's fair because if the NCAA was making no money off of it, and say that all the money that they generated off of college basketball, college sports, period,
Yeah,
went to scholarships and to pay for not just college athletics, but other college students too, and
Well, yeah,
none of the
'cause, like-
money was going towards CEOs, greedy corporates, or stashing these offices.
yeah,
So like, if any of that wasn't happening, then I'm all good with college players not getting paid because it's helping the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once it's going to individuals, like it should go to the individuals that earn that money. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
in my
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think like the NCAA like being upset with players for doing something or like getting like I think if like I'm not on your salary as a player,
Yeah,
you can't tell me what to do with my
Yeah.
personal life.
that's true. But you are still representing the
Yeah,
team.
you are.
Like,
And their
if you
their
go out and
salary
yeah.
per se is their scholarship.
They get to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and just being able to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, say you're an employee of a corporation, you know, like your responsibility to that corporation is to do what you need to do while
True.
you're there, and while you're outside of that
When
corporation.
I'm on the clock.
You have nothing to do with that company
Exactly.
unless you're talking about
unless
them.
you bring them up and
Yeah.
put them in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, if
Yeah.
you don't do any of that, and you don't like, you're not mentioning your job and any of that type of stuff, then I don't think anything illegal, I mean legal, should be you know,
Yeah.
messed with by
Like
your
kind of
job.
like like if you have different views or whatever and you're speaking
exactly.
like if
Yeah.
you post something about one of your views on Instagram and your company doesn't like it, it shouldn't be fair for them to fire you because as you're not posting it at work, you're not talking about where you work or what you do or that
Yeah.
company at all. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I feel like it does depend on industry and popularity at a certain point, you
Yeah.
know, because if you're the face of the company, you can't go around doing
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a
you
certain
know.
point, like at least certain players are like representatives of the NCAA as a league.
Yeah.
But there are positions like if you're an accountant in the back room or you're an analyst in the back room and nobody's seeing your face, nobody's looking at you and like, oh, this is the guy who's like coming to my meeting and representing this company to me. I believe that's where the line is drawn, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think if you play basketball at a huge NCAA school, you are a public image, and there are responsibilities that come with that. And we got Forrest informing us something here real quick.
Hey, come hop on the mic real quick so we could catch you on the mic.
He's just repeating what I said earlier.
Yeah.
but-
It's just $100,000.
No, come say
It's
it. Come say it.
It's
Come say it.
100.
Let him know it's true.
Hey,
Let him
bring,
know it's true.
Hey, bring the pack of Zins too, bruh.
Yeah, please let me get a refresher.
Just going all over the place.
Hey, we
huh?
can cut that.
Let him know, Forrest. Tell him what you're reading, brother. He read this.
It says Overtime launches basketball league. $100,000 salaries for high school players.
Imagine being
New
in
York
high school.
Times.
Imagine being in high school and getting a check for $8,000 twice a month.
And what was your
Hey,
what was your
dog,
source
I
on that?
am. Dog, I'm 23 and I can't imagine getting a grant.
But
check
but
$8
do
a
you
month.
do you think a 16-year-old is mature enough to be able to handle that money?
It's not going just to that 16-year-old that got a family.
I wonder if it goes into
And
like
I also-
a trust or something.
I also think that if you're giving somebody that much money, you also should be financially responsible to give them an advisor.
Yeah, if you're making that much money, you're hiring an advisor because you're 16 and that's what you're gonna do, dude. Like,
I hope.
it should be.
You hope.
that
I
should
hope.
be.
You
that,
would hope that like
that should be part
listen
of
to
the
your
league. Is you
parents
get a
or- yeah.
fucking advisor if you're getting more than $50,000 a year. Like,
Yeah.
I really hope. And I really hope
Has
that
to
it's
be.
I mean, the thing about that being high schoolers picking an advisor is you don't know anything. You don't know how to even read people that well in high school.
Yeah, but I think you.
For most-
that's where
you
like
should
you
be-
hope
you should get an advisor.
that's where you hope they have like either parents. If your parents aren't in the picture, you got a good coach.
Yeah.
You got some
But
kind of trainer.
if
you got
the
a
players-
teacher. You got someone who cares
if
about
the
you. that
players are
can help
making the
you.
money, that's their money.
No, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
saying
So your
no, just
parents
someone
can
gu-
only
no,
say you
No.
can't do this.
No, but because
but
while,
someone guiding you. I'm saying not
while
even like
you
trying
are
to take your
under
money.
while you're under the age of 18,
Your parents have to say yes.
I think it's like
they have to
a
sign the
certain-
paper with you.
You
and they
probably
have
have
a
to be
certain and they
consent.
also have a certain like relationship with how you get paid and watching your funds and stuff like that.
Yeah, and at the same time, if you're good enough to be in that league and making that kind of money, you have a lot of discipline. And
Yeah.
I don't know about
like
that.
what 16-year-old what is a 16-year-old going to do with
But you could say that
$100,000?
about our basketball team. Dude, our basketball team on the court was very, very disciplined. We showed up to practice on time. We did everything we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
But dude, on the weekends, we would go party.
Yeah, but none of us were good enough to be in a league to make
But
$100,000 a year.
There's
we're
still-
Hey,
we're
at the
still
same time-
16-year-old
Hey,
boys.
yeah.
At the same time, I do know a lot of players that were from Colorado that probably could have made a team like that. Excluding all names,
Yeah.
And I think that.
So you're saying if those players got $100,000, they would be doing something so crazy with it that it would be a problem?
I don't know what they would be doing with it. Is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, but if
And what I'm also
if that
telling-
players in that league, they're set up to be in the NBA and they're going to be making money their whole life.
It's not
but
set up
at-
like that.
but at
because the thing
16,
is, those
they're not
same
mature
players, bro.
enough.
It's 2%. It's not even 2%. Like 2% of players that play in high school go to college, right?
Yeah.
And then I think it's 0.5% of those players out of the 2% go into the NBA.
Right, but if they made a league of all the best high school players, what percent of those players do you think would make the league?
Let's say it was high enough to be 50.
That's very low for me.
Because what if that league is made up of like the top 3% of all
Which
high schoolers?
it would be.
Like if it becomes a legit thing,
and it might not be.
I don't know if it would be because the allure of going to college and living like a king and having all the girls love
if
you.
guys are like real hoopers, they could give a fuck about that. They want to get to the league.
Exactly.
They want to get to the fucking league.
I don't know, bro. Pride and vanity is a strong thing for a man.
Yeah,
you know?
But you think
I'm saying for
LeBron, you
legit
think
hoopers,
Kobe are worried about going to college and having a good time?
No, they want to fucking ball
No.
at the highest level.
They want to win championships, brother.
No, I don't. But I also think that they're not all players.
No, that's
You know?
true. But I'm saying
They're the 1%.
As you,
But
move,
exactly.
as you move up
Yeah.
that ladder, though, like
Exactly. And not all players, bro. You act like players are not overlooked and you act like players are not overrated in high school. And then that players that go into situations and are even classified as being 5-star recruits going to colleges and they underperform. And they end up not even being a starter by the time the season starts, bro. So
as
it's
a
one of those
freshman,
as a senior, I mean, I don't have any names to bring up to you off bat right now, but I know I could bring some to you. And
that were top 15 in their class and never started as a college player.
I wouldn't say that they probably started, but did they make it to the league? If we're talking about going straight to the league, and we're saying the top percentage of players out of high school that would be going to a league like this, those same players, bro, if they were in college, the allure of college, having all of those girls without the money, having all of that prestige put on you and all of those eyes put on you without the money is a very, very strong thing.
Yeah,
if you put
It's
the
hard
money,
to do already. Yeah.
and if you put the money on top of that, there are going to be the Kobe's and LeBrons that rise out of that, but there also are going to be some, not Greg Oden, because Greg Oden got hurt, but there's going to be some players that are going to be number one in high school, come out of high school, and not perform and not,
well, and
make the league.
if you think about it, because it's like it comes down to me really a maturity thing.
Yeah.
In their head, I don't think I know I wasn't. I can't speak for you guys. I could not have handled
I'm always
$100,000
about
a
my
year.
and somebody telling you were going to make the league. You're in our
Yeah.
league, so
And like
50% of the players make the league in our league.
dude.
Right.
And if I came from a house, dude, I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 6 brothers, my mom, dad, grandma, uncle, whatever, and I got $400,000 in 4 years. My motivation in high school might completely change because I now have $400,000. I put my family in a house,
Mm-hmm.
and they could be like, I'm out. I can buy a house. My parents can buy a house.
And I could study what I want to study and do what I love to do.
Yeah, they could
Oh.
fully say,
I would be 100% with that. If somebody played in that league for 4 years and they made $500,000 and they said, "All right, I'm gonna live how I want to," I would 100% be with that. But my
Yeah.
thing is,
yeah, they're allowed to do
But
that.
like,
Yeah.
I also think if
But that could hurt.
a lot
The
of people, at least me,
NBA.
like if you're in that situation where you're like, oh shit, I just made $500,000 off playing basketball. I'm gonna go to the league and make millions of dollars playing basketball.
yeah,
like
and that's the
I
thing.
want to
like,
keep.
But
Yeah.
it's the maturity thing. Like 500. Like I can't
Well, I
even
know.
at 23 grasp having $500,000.
No, I know that, but I'm
now.
saying like if you're in the position to earn $500K from playing basketball, you're probably in a position to where you could get to the league and earn millions.
exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
and you
there's,
have
like,
the discipline to
I'm not saying that 500 is anything to.
And I do
Yeah.
understand
Sneeze at,
the
you know what I
point.
mean?
I do understand the point of say that I do go to college. I mean, I do go to this league. I make a 500,000 and I blow it all in high school and I'm like, damn, I had 500,000 and I realized that if I make 10% of my money over that percentage of time and I annualized it instead of spending it, I would have, say, even 800,000 instead of 200,000 in my pocket, and I would have some other assets on the side that I can sell to make more money. I think that players, when they go to the league and they get those millions, they wouldn't squander it.
Yeah, it could be like a good lesson to like start learning how to manage money with like a smaller amount of money.
It definitely is, but
Not
it
small,
it
but
is still
smaller.
a huge amount of money
Yeah.
to be given high
Well,
school
yeah.
Dude,
players.
Yeah.
a 16-year-old. Yeah.
Well, so I'm saying like they can't be the sole.
Dude, but that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like a 16-year-old
Recipient.
can't buy a house. They can't.
No, yeah, they
They
can't.
can buy a car. But what are they
That's
going to
it.
spend $400,000 on cars? No. So like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like you give a 16-year-old $500K. Like yeah,
You
he'll
can
go
buy a
some
house.
candy and buy some
The
weed.
worst thing
Your
you can
can't buy a
parents,
house at
your parents
16.
have to buy it for you
I'm pretty sure.
with your money.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
your
you can-
parents have to sign off it unless you're 18.
Bless you.
I think parents would sign off though. The thing
Yeah,
that
they would, but they wouldn't let you buy 12 houses.
you wouldn't be able to buy 12 houses with that amount of money.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
my thing,
3 houses.
One.
exactly, you'd be able to buy.
Not in
you would be able to-
Colorado.
You would
Yeah,
be
but
able.
You
one
can in
house.
Arizona.
But I'm just saying,
If you made
given-
$100,000 a year, you would be able to put a down payment down on a house, and you would be able to get a car.
yeah, for sure, and that's fine. I'm not mad at a 16-year-old doing that, but I'm
Exactly.
Yeah.
saying if you give a 16-year-old that much money, there's not like
They
they
can't
still
damage
have the
themselves that much,
exactly.
right?
They still have the parental oversight to not completely ruin their lives. They might
Yeah.
spend it, yeah, they might spend it, but they're not going to ruin their lives.
Yeah,
Like
That's
the
my-
worst thing they could do is like buy as much drugs as they want.
Yeah,
Like that's the worst.
Which
thing.
would ruin their career
well, yes,
potentially.
but if they
But
have
maybe.
if they have
But
people
my
in the
thing-
corner,
That's why I said potentially.
But my thing is, I also think if you put players in a position where you're like, all right, no, I literally have I'm number one right now. I have everything that I ever wanted. You're gonna get the best results from those players that are looking more than that superficial money at the very end of the day.
yeah.
So I understand your point, and it could be really cool. But at the same time, do I think that it'd be more than 50% of the players going to the league? No, not at all.
It depends on how many teams they
it
have.
depends like how the
If they
how
have
established the league becomes too, because it could
Yeah.
become something that's not just like it's not high school ball, it's not college ball, it's like some step in the middle. Or so, you know what I mean?
Like it'd be like an
Like it'd have-
alternative to the G League. Almost.
It'd be like
literally.
it'd
but,
be like
but then you'd still have to
prep
get out because
schools.
when you're
Yeah.
18, you would still have to do a year somewhere else to get into the NBA.
Like you
you couldn't go
could
straight
to
from
this,
there to the NBA.
You go this league to the G
Unless
League
you
to
were
the
20.
NBA.
yeah,
If-
but who's
I mean-
20 in high school?
But if you're going to if you're making 100,000 at 16, what are you going to high school for?
You have to go to high school.
I mean, to get
You can technically
you have
drop
to get
out
a,
of high
you
school.
have
Yeah.
to get a GED.
you could, but what are we mad at?
But
If
what are you
it's-
going to high school for? Like like
But
if I'm making 100,000, I'm gonna hire somebody to teach me what I need
Well,
to know
yeah.
from high
But
school.
do you think you can say that? It's hard to say, right? Because we're all 23.
Yeah.
At 16, I would not have ever thought, oh, yo, I need a financial advisor when I see a check for $100,000 sitting in my lap.
Oh, I'm investing.
I
it.
would have thought that.
Hey,
I
to
would have
me,
thought that immediately.
I would have thought I need to invest this money.
Talk to my dad.
I would have
immediately
called up Charles Schwab immediately. Yeah.
I would have talked
I'd
to
be
my
scared.
parents. I would have talked to
Yeah.
my parents first, but I mean, it's hard for me.
I mean,
to
I would.
personally
The very
because
first thing I do is just put it in like a savings account and not touch it.
I've always
Until I had a plan.
it's hard for me to tell. I've always loved money, bro, and investment. So
Yeah.
And that's what any 16-year-old do with a lot of money. That's what's
if you
gonna
gave it,
happen. Yeah.
I mean, if you gave me 100,000 at 16, I would be a millionaire right now. To be honest with you,
That's easy to say now.
no, it's not. It's 8 years, bro. If you make 10% of your money
Yeah, but
off of $100,000,
yeah.
if you make 50% of your money off of $100,000, I think you'll be a millionaire by year 5.
I get that, but do you think from when you were 16, 17, 18, and 19, you would have been investing that money to make 10% of it back?
I would have invested 75% of it.
But now you're contradicting what you said. If you got a financial advisor at 16, like you said, most of them would because they're smart enough.
Yeah.
Then yeah, they would.
Yeah.
But now
Okay.
you're going against that and saying, do you
No,
think
but
they
he's
will?
saying- He's like talking specific. Like
Yeah,
us
like-
specifically.
He's
like, if
talking about
Zoe-
me. If
if
he's
Zoe
like what
got
I have,
it and didn't get a financial advisor, I don't believe that he would be a millionaire by now. If he did, then maybe yeah.
But all we can,
But-
I think 25.
we can't say because we're not.
Okay,
16.
maybe 25 in 2 years, like maybe.
I think spending 25 racks at the age of 16. I spend about. I spend.
You're a champion.
You
Forrest.
know, I make probably a little bit more than 25 racks right now. You know, a
Yeah.
year.
But
And
like I said
and
earlier,
if I made that,
most people,
I could spend that at 16 and have a great time.
yeah,
Live at my parents' crib, spend and buy everything that I want to,
yeah,
and
That's what
also
I'm saying,
save
like,
save 75%.
At 16, I don't think I'd like need to spend more than like literally like $10,000.
that's true.
Really?
But I'm
You know what I
telling
mean?
you,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm telling you, people spend what they make. If you made 100K at 16 and your parents would let you buy a house, you would buy a house and you'd be living in that bitch. Like I'm just saying,
Yeah.
that's most people. Maybe not you guys, but the average person
Well, yeah.
makes what they spend.
well, and
But
like
if you-
also we're in Colorado, we have a crazy fucking housing market to where 100K is not. It's a down payment, but it's not a house.
It's it's a down.
Yeah,
say
you're
say that
getting
you bought a
there.
house in Texas and you bought it and the crib's 150 and you put down and say you put down your entire salary and it was just 100,000 for the first year. And
it wouldn't be that much.
I know, but I'm let's just say that at the most extreme point
Okay.
because taxes, everything else.
Yeah.
Most extreme point, you ended up finding a way to get 100,000 down paid on your house. Even at that rate, bro, you have all of that equity to put back into your name
Yeah.
and all of that money to go back into yourself. I don't think that that's a bad investment.
Buying a house isn't.
I don't think that
No, I'm not
If-
saying that buying a house is a bad
Buying
investment
cars
at
is
all.
a bad investment.
I mean,
A
buying-
house holds value.
if
Dude, if you're-
if a high schooler went and bought 5 cars, that would be a bad investment. But
Right.
any other thing, even say a high schooler went out and bought $50,000 worth of chains,
yeah,
you would be able to sell that $50,000 worth of chains back to somebody
Yeah,
at some
For
point.
around
and that's
50,000.
yeah.
That's my
you're not
thing.
gonna be
plus or
losing a whole
minus
bunch of money.
10K.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have any problem, dude. I love seeing young people get paid for what they do. If you're the best at your craft, you deserve to get paid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's plain facts. It doesn't matter
I-
how old you are. It doesn't matter what school you go to. It doesn't matter anything. If you're the best, you should get paid.
Also, I think should we maybe switch gears here? Do we
Yeah,
have something
Switch
else
them
to-
up, brother.
Switch them up.
Sorry, we've been
Yeah, on this for a minute. Too
on
long.
a little bit of a discussion for
Oh,
like
they
this shit,
like it.
40
Let's-
minutes here.
let's
Sports
dive
of life,
deep.
man.
You're right.
Sports
Switch
of
it up,
Forrest
man.
likes
Switch
it.
it
Look
up.
how happy he is over there.
life. Force loves sports.
Oh my god, he's a scary looking dude, huh?
Dude, he's freaky. Yeah, dude.
That smile is fucking terrifying.
Absolutely mortifying.
You guys are mean. Alex, what do you want to say?
Look
though?
at, oh no, I was just saying, should we? I was just asking
Switch
if we-
gears.
yeah, switch
Oh,
on to a
you
different
didn't-
topic
you
or
didn't have
something.
anything.
I have a quick.
No,
I have
I
a quick.
Nice.
I have a quick categories if we want to do that.
Yeah,
Sure, we can
let's
do categories. Yeah.
let's get the juices flowing.
got a
40 minutes in.
Oh Lord.
Zoe's got to pee. Forrest, you
No,
want to
you
jump
hit
in on
categories.
this categories?
You want to play a game of categories?
Hell yeah! Well, you're gonna see Forrest
The
on
people,
this
the
cast.
people have to see your face, man. They have to.
Hold on. He's putting clothes on.
Yeah, he's
Alright.
covering up our logo. Thank you. We work at South Sub. It's a sub shop. We work. We make sandwiches.
They're pretty good. You guys try it.
Good sandwiches. South Sub subs, baby. Come on.
Just
Forrest
take your
makes
time,
the bread.
dude.
He stirs it with his rectum.
Bro, that is foul.
That is gross. Yeah.
Well, no outs, baby. That's my. I'm so
Don't
glad
bring
we
your
named
fucking
it.
Yeah,
wa-
no,
don't
I'm-
bring your water onto our podcast,
Forrest,
bro.
you're
That's
fine.
not water, dude. That's fucking vodka and lemon.
That's fucking straight gin. Yeah, good luck, dude. I don't know how.
Alex, scoot in, dude.
Did Zoe get it around the middle? Or
He came this way.
yeah. I mean,
There we go. Everyone, Forrest, everyone.
Everyone, this is Forrest. He's
this is
our.
first time on camera.
I would call him a tech guy, but he literally just sits back there on his phone the whole time. So
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
touch the? Is the computer gonna go to sleep?
we're not
while
sure
you're
if
up
we're
here?
Oh, is
recording.
the computer sleeping?
I'd be surprised
yeah.
if you hear this, but we're gonna start off categories for us. You're first because we go on the left.
What's the
so-
category, Tanner?
And the category is produce that you can buy at the grocery store. That's in the produce section. I'm gonna start us off with cucumbers,
Tomatoes.
Squash.
Zucchini.
apples.
Pumpkins.
Bell pepper.
That's season.
Orange.
I'm
Is
gonna have to go pear,
Lemons.
Potato.
banana.
asparagus,
Broccoli.
Green bean.
Grapes.
cauliflower,
Strawberries.
Blueberries.
Raspberries.
carrots.
Cabbage.
Did someone say asparagus? If not, I have a different one.
I did say asparagus.
Okay, celery.
Okay. Jalapenos.
Green beans.
Said that. You have a backup? Click,
Oh.
click.
Uh-oh.
Tanner's done. He's out.
No, Tanner's out.
Tanner's out.
That's why I had to I
Yeah.
had multiple. I just didn't know if someone had
Who
said
said green
asparagus.
beans?
Me, brother.
Wow,
Like
you-
round 3.
You effer.
Yeah, you
You mf'er.
fucked hard.
All right, Forrest. Well, it's fun having you on for this
Yeah,
segment.
thank you,
man.
Forrest.
Thank you, Forrest. Everyone give a hand for Forrest. Huh?
Oh, you guys calm down. Calm
Forrest
down.
is killing
They
it. He
love you,
won.
Forrest. They love you.
Forrest went.
All right,
Forrest is leaving undefeated.
I have something we could talk
Never
about
lost.
to finish it off if we want.
I mean, I don't want to finish it up, but I'm down to talk about something.
Oh yeah, I have something to talk about if you guys want.
Let's talk about
Let's
it.
get serious, huh?
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I gave Alex a spoiler just so he's a little prepared to talk
I got a
about
sneak
it.
peek. I had a
So,
rough day today, so Hayden gave
Alex
me a treat.
Alex knows it, so I'm gonna make him go first so you guys can think. Okay,
Can
so
you say it again?
yeah. Okay, so say you're in your 10-year-old self's body and you're at the mall, right? But you see yourself right now walk by you and you kind of know it's you. You get what I'm trying to say, right? What would
basically
you say or think when you looked at you from your 10-year-old self's perspective? Would you be like happy with yourself? Would you just walk by and be like, "That guy's a nobody"? Like, would you be proud? Would you?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I had an issue with this earlier that I brought up, but then I'll get into the real meat of the question. I don't walk by random people and say,
But it's not.
I bet that guy's
It's
got
not-
I want to be that guy. You know,
Thank you.
I don't
was
give a
about to
fuck.
say.
But
about
it's not
other
your.
people.
It's you.
So if you're
It's
kind of like,
you.
you're basically like, would 10-year-old yourself be proud of you right now?
Or any like what do you
Yeah,
think you
that's
would
a good
say
way to
about
put
you
it.
right now?
I got to think back. Where was I when I was 10? I was in Colorado. How old? What grade is that? Do we know?
Dude,
Fourth
grade?
Yeah.
5th grade?
Oh, I
maybe?
was having a good time in 4th grade. Mr. Werner's class, my first male teacher.
Dude, me and Tanner
Dude's
were
the homie.
not having fun in 4th grade. Let me tell you.
Yeah, we were.
No.
I was his little buddy too, because he had just a coffee mug for his like water throughout the day, and so I was his designated. Like I was kissing up to him to be special treatment, and I would fill his water mug in the water fountain in the hallway. And like this dude's a big dude, and it's literally just a regular sized coffee mug. So I'd miss about 20 minutes of class a day just filling up this coffee mug.
Oh,
It was
dude,
pretty
yeah.
great.
You were filling his coffee mug with water?
Was
Yeah.
it SH?
Huh?
SH?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Soft.
Soft, yeah. We
Sauce. R.I.P. Sauce. Shout out Dals.
Shout out Dow's, baby. Yeah. Yeah, all right.
So yeah, that's just some. I'm just getting some reference for myself, really. You guys, just
Water
have to
boy, huh?
listen to. Well, no, I'm saying that was a good year too, because for some reason he was the teacher. Like there was literally I think like 45 field trips in 4th grade year. It was just
Oh,
like the
dude,
year
that's
they
sick.
like he
Yeah.
got designated to get to do all that shit. Like we go to the Denver Mint, we go to the the Capitol building, like
Everywhere.
like literally
Yeah.
every other week, like in the second semester, you fucking on it. It was so sick.
Dude, I think after we all say the question
Sorry,
Hayden
yeah, I'm
says,
getting off topic.
we should all say our favorite field trip. But you should continue with
Okay.
yours.
Oh, dude.
I
we've
think
had some
I'd-
killer ones.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think I'm probably my harshest critic, anyways. Even nowadays,
That's good. That's why
You know
this
what I mean?
question's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I've messed up multiple times over my life in multiple ways, but like, I don't think I'm on a bad path or like I'm so far
No.
off that I
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of hope for my future.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like I could be more successful from where I am like now. But
I
like
think you've
we're
done good.
we're 23 and like
We're still-
I know I've worked hard. I know I've like
You're
tried
learning
to
about
be a good
yourself,
person.
man.
Yeah.
You're learning about yourself.
And yeah,
like
even
we all are.
I would say within the last even 2 years, like I've grown up more than I have in like my whole life,
Yeah, I agree.
which is crazy.
yeah, I agree. Your
So-
20s are crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out early
I want to
20s,
figure.
man.
Yeah.
If
I'm
my
21.
10-year-old self saw me, he'd be like, "You're lame, motherfucker. You're not a
Damn.
millionaire yet."
Damn.
But that was because I didn't really understand how money worked, and I didn't understand what $1 million really was
It's a
at
lot.
that age.
It was just $1 million was $1 million
A million's
back
a big
then.
number.
It
Yeah.
was
It's as much money as
you were
could get.
rich, like you were rich
A
when
million
you made
won't be worth a lot in about 10
I would
years.
say you're
once
still rich if you have $1
inflation
million.
fucks everything.
Personally, in my eyes, you're still rich.
If you,
Maybe
I mean,
in 1980.
if you make $1 million, bro, it's
Okay.
won't last you that long. To be honest with you,
I'm pretty confident I could live my whole life off $1 million.
I'm pretty
starting
confident-
now.
Buying a house,
I'm pretty
buying a
confident that
car.
I'm pretty
No.
confident, bro, that you couldn't live off of $10 million for 40 years. And I did the math. Yes,
I have to agree there.
I've done the math. So
Well, I need a new job then, because I'm not ever gonna make $1 million in my entire life.
That's where you
Yeah.
gotta start saving.
You better-
And at some point, I'm gonna start dying.
401ks,
apparently.
baby.
My thing is, I've lived
Investments.
my life off of a whole lot less than that. So like,
Well, yeah.
unless I make extreme lifestyle changes, how am I going to need more money than I have right now?
But you could think of it as in, what about your kids or
Yeah,
your
like
kids'
if you-
kids or
Those
setting
are
up
all lifestyle.
setting
yeah.
up the rest of your
Yeah,
the
I'm
rest
not-
of your family.
I'm not talking about my
generation.
kids. I'm talking about me living.
I'm talking
straight up.
Yeah, I'm talking about life, bro. Like to live off of $1 million. If you live off of
Well, I mean, like split that up into how much is that a year? Like, so for
Say-
40 years, $1 million. That's
so
Quick
say
math.
400,
so split
40,000, 400,000.
10 years, $1 million.
Forrest, hit that math.
That's 100. 10 years, $1 million is 100,000. So 40 years is
Oh,
25,000.
yeah. So like $1 million is like making what you like a little
Yeah.
like you know what I mean?
If $1 million is 40 years,
Like you'd have
at
to stay
25,000,
exactly how you're doing
then-
right now.
It'd be
I would
very
have
hard.
to. Yeah, I would have to change my life, but I definitely don't think that I need 10 million. That's for sure. If 1 million can last me 40 years, then I probably need about 2. If 1 million can last me at 25,000, then
But like
yeah.
I'm saying, like it's hard to look at it like that too because you're never gonna have like
And 40 years
that
would
1
only
million
put us
all
at
at one
63.
time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
We would all be alive and
exactly.
I
still
hope not.
63, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope not. Whoa, bro.
Get me the fuck out of here, right?
We're gonna freeze Alex, dude.
I hope I get 40 more after
Wake you
40.
up.
Dang.
Dude, really, if I hit 40, I'll probably be all right. I'm gonna try to live really full for 20 more years, and
Wow.
you know,
I
Do
respect
your
that.
thing, man. Do
Yeah.
your thing.
I respect
Yeah.
that.
So,
after
yeah,
that, I
is-
mean, no, I'm kidding. I
you
could
have
hit
anything
50 and be okay.
put
I
on
think.
top of your
My dad's
answer?
living good at around 50.
Anything else put on top of my answer? Not really. Only thing that I would do if I was 10-year-old me and I saw me,
and you're talking to you. You
I
can
would've-
shit on yourself if you want. Yeah.
I would have definitely not shit on myself because I'd never really have shat on anybody. I live by a law that like you can learn anything from anybody.
Yeah.
So I would never have really shat on myself, but I would have definitely talked to myself, and I would guess that my older self would have recognized my younger self first. And if I had to tell my younger self, if I'm
We're just fucking turning the question around, huh?
No,
What
I
advice
mean-
would you give your 10-year-old self?
if we're gonna be practical about this and say like if 10-year-old me sees 23-year-old me, I think 23-year-old me is gonna notice 10-year-old me first.
Yeah,
Right?
10-year-old me didn't give a shit about anything. Bro.
Yeah.
That's
What
not
are you
the
talking-
preface of the fucking question, though.
It was exactly the preface.
If you were
It's literally-
walking in a mall and you saw,
You're 10 years old. You're walking in the mall.
And you saw
I'll be
$100, and
that
you saw
guy's
the person who
gotta-
owns it. Like
You guys think so literally. It's fucking insane.
I
no,
know.
I mean, but I'm
I
just
think
telling
in
you.
facts only,
we're just
bro.
hey, we're just making fun of you, man. It's okay.
Yeah, we're just busting your
I'm-
balls.
I'm not even
We're
making.
I
just
know one
shouting
thing
at
you
you.
don't. I know one thing you don't want me to bring up, and that's how freaking big your head is, bro. That
My head's normal, dude.
That's just large, dude.
No, everyone said that, but I wore a large helmet in football, which is normal. If you wore an
Mm.
extra larger up, you had a big ass head.
Yeah, that shit
Like,
was squeezed
one of
on
our
you like a
friends, one of our
pinhead, bro.
friends that me and Zoe know very well, D, dude, his helmet was special made.
All right, that man.
Special made.
That man has an overgrown peanut inside his skull. So.
That man's a
Yeah.
genetic anomaly.
Yeah, no, I have a normal Norwegian head.
No,
Dog, your
Cut
head has
that
been the
shit
same
out.
size for about 10 years now.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember my parents told me like constantly as a little kid I had a huge head, and I'm glad. I think my head just stopped growing and I grew in a little bit.
That's how it is. Little babies have like fucking.
Because like
noggins,
me and my
bro.
dad, like when I was like 8, 9, 10, we'd wear the same size hat, and that dude has a big head too. And I was like
Yeah.
a kid wearing the same hat as my dad.
Yeah,
It was freaky,
yeah.
bro.
Dude, Forrest told me I had a big head at work today, and it kind of hit a sore
I bet
spot.
I bet if we all put on a snapback, mine would be the smallest.
I got a big head, but I got a
Probably
big brain too.
The
so-
smallest? No,
Probably.
Bro. I got a skinny head. Look at it.
Dude, mine would be the smallest. I wear mine
You got
like
Pinhead Larry.
Hey,
over there.
Hey, okay, whoa.
Hayden's head is shaped like a rectangle, bro. Like it's
I don't
just
know what that means.
it's
Hayden's
long.
Hayden's-
It's long.
Hayden's
It's not
head's
very
a
wide.
trapezoid.
Yeah.
So you put a head on the top of it, and it looks like it's a small square
Oh,
on
I
top.
can't wear a good hat.
But
I'm
really,
not
his
good
head
in
is super
hats.
long.
I'm not good in hats. Yeah,
I
no.
know it doesn't touch your eyes, bro. I know the shade of the
My
hat.
hats
doesn't
no,
touch your
dude.
eyebrows.
No. Yeah, it doesn't. I struggle wearing hats, which There's so many cool hats. I wish I could pull them off.
Me too.
You can, dude. You look good in a trucker hat. I'm serious.
That's
That's
fair.
what I
Yeah,
wear.
that's fair. Yeah.
That's what I wear.
Yeah.
Except
Tanner,
I
what's
wore a dad hat today, but
what's yours?
can you repeat the question?
If 10-year-old self saw you now, like, would you?
What would your 10-year-old
How
self
would
tell
how would
you?
he feel?
If my 10-year-old self saw me right now, I think he would be proud. I think that a younger me would be proud of what's going on. I think he would be my biggest fan. I think he would hang around me. I think he would try to soak up some of my knowledge. I mean, when I was 10, bro, when we were in 4th grade, I was fucking. The only thing on my mind was trying to be the fastest
Yeah,
kid.
that's me and Tanner went from preschool
Yeah.
till we graduated high school, same class,
Yeah.
all the way through. Yeah.
Salute, baby. But
Yeah.
I was always faster than Hayden, but there was this other
No,
kid in
dude.
our class.
No,
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 I can imagine that, bro.
Hey, let me finish.
no.
Let me finish.
Tanner knows that's a lie.
Let
That just sounds like a biological fact.
Can I finish? There was another kid in our class that was super fast that I was trying to catch up to, but I never did. Shout out
AW?
Shout out AW, bro.
AW.
We can
yeah.
say his name, Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
He's a famous NBA player now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you went to school in St. Louis, bro?
no, but I did go to school with an Andrew Wiggins, and he was fast.
Oh, really?
Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this kid was like 7th grade, could probably outrun freshman high schoolers. He
That's
was
crazy.
Dude, he was quick.
He was a
Jeez.
beast, dude. But
Yeah.
I think my 10-year-old self would be proud of me. I mean, I think 10-year-old self would.
Do you think he would have expected more or less or?
No, I think when I was 10 years old, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew it was basketball, but I didn't like. Maybe he would be disappointed that I didn't play college, but I think that if he could if I could talk to him for about 10 minutes and explain my passions to him, I think he'd be proud of me. Just like, because I'm doing what I want to do. Like I'm not controlled by anything, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's good. I like that.
I think only thing that 10-year-old me would be disappointed in would be that I never was able to dunk.
You still can
Start
You can
squatting,
yeah.
man.
I am getting really fucking close. I
Yeah?
grabbed the rim the other day.
He touched the rim, yes.
I
Oh,
grabbed.
nice, dude. I remember.
No,
I remember
didn't
6th
hold
grade
on.
touching the rim.
Did I say I held on to the rim or did I say I grabbed the rim?
If you grab the rim, you hold on to it.
No, I
Well,
grabbed it. I grabbed it and I wasn't high enough
You
to hold on
grazed
to
it.
it. So I grabbed it
You
and
grazed
I
it.
tried
So
to
you-
hold on to it, but I wasn't high enough. Like
Right, because you
Snaps
touched
off.
it.
Yeah, you gotta
You
get.
touched it.
you
I'll
gotta
give
get
you that.
past this.
You touched it, but
I
here's
got.
the thing.
Yeah, I didn't get past that. I got to like.
Yeah, you gotta get
Second
past
knuckle.
that to be able to hold on to the
Yeah,
rim.
yeah.
The funny thing, yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
but it was-
Give me something to pick up
disagree.
with this knuckle here.
It was crazy because Zoe was trying to tell me that if you can touch the rim, you only need 2 inches to dunk, which absolutely is not correct. But
I'm
You
pretty sure
need
that's
9.
facts.
You need 9.5 inches.
you have to get the ball over the rim and be
You
able
need
to
nine
put
and
it.
a half inches after you could touch the
Wait,
rim.
no.
to
What's the
dunk.
diameter of the ball?
No, it's not even that. But you have to at
Yeah.
least be able to get it on a downward motion. It can't be you're laying it up and touching the rim.
Bro? If I get, do you know
Yeah,
how
it
much
has to
2
be-
more inches is?
Yeah,
This like two knuckles is probably 1 inch.
yeah, but you can't
That'd-
palm
If
the
I
ball.
got if
That
I
would
got
put you,
2
like,
inches,
here.
that would be my it would be
Yeah.
almost my palm.
But you can't palm the ball, so you have to get up to where your palm is above the rim, and you're throwing your palm into the rim.
No, it doesn't. I could carry the ball like I'm about to throw a finger roll, be above the rim, and flip it over like that.
So you have to
9.5
at least get
inches?
to like here.
And yeah, you have to get at least to your wrist.
I see exactly, and I'm pretty sure that my entire wrist, bro. Pretty sure my knuckles to my, the bottom of my,
You didn't
wrist.
get knuckles, bro. Let's be honest.
I did. I grabbed the rim.
You didn't grab the rim. You touched it.
If Zoe,
But
if
that's
Zoe
not the point.
grabs
That's
the
not the
rim,
point.
if Zoe grabs the rim,
I-
we'll get it on film and we'll put it in an edit. We'll show you guys.
It doesn't. Hey, all I gotta say
That'll be
is
on
by the
our
end
IG.
of summer.
That'll be on our IG.
Yeah, probably IG.
No outs pod IG.
Yeah.
All I gotta say by the end of summer, July, 4 months from now, I'm gonna be dunking.
I mean, I could see it.
I
You gotta put in
respect
some
that.
work,
He
yeah.
has been saying that for the last 5 years, but I respect it. And
Yeah.
I think that we should.
Maybe we all get on a little plyo program. Little
Yeah.
plyometrics. Huh?
Hayden,
Let's
what do
fuck
you
up our
think?
knees, huh?
Hayden, what do you think the 10-year-old you would say, man?
Yeah, let's get to Hayden's
Oh,
answer before we
dude.
get off.
Fuck.
I knew you at 10, so you better be careful.
Yeah, dude, I was fiery, huh?
That's not the word I would describe you as, but
Not disrespectful. I was
I would-
fiery.
You're
Troubled?
pretty disrespectful. Troubled.
No,
yeah.
no, not
Aggressive,
troubled.
angry, psychotic. I don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't play
not
well with others.
psychotic.
Yeah, definitely does
Dude,
not.
you guys are crazy. But I kind of in the same boat as Zoe. Like you're kind of lame ass. Like I look at it as if my 10-year-old self is seeing me as like a kind of a brother. If
Yeah.
you look at it that way, be like, what do you do?
Yeah, but when you're 10, also it's like weird because you don't understand like all the many layers of like being an adult
Yeah.
till you're
Yeah,
in
dude,
it,
it's kind of it's
thing.
tough, dude. Being adult fucking sucks.
Yeah.
sucks.
Like if you're the
you're-
odds that you're doing what you really want to do and you're doing the right thing when you're 23 are so slim.
Oh
like,
The
yeah,
thing-
I'm not
I-
upset.
in
yeah.
my
there's no
profession,
chance.
I should have been doing my profession since I was 21. If I would have been serious and took it serious.
What, a chef?
No, a cop.
Oh, well.
Because you can start.
Oh.
Well, you can start when you're 19, 18.
Well, here's
and-
some.
Literally, you
Yeah,
can graduate from the police academy, right? When you're 20, you have to wait to be hired on as a cop because legally to carry a pistol, you have to be 21 or to own a pistol. So you can do all the pre stuff early, right? Which I've had more than the time to do, but didn't do it. And so now I'm at 23
I got
being
some,
like, I would be in my profession already 3 years.
I would tell you personally, as a black person, bro, that all the kids that I know that went into the program that early are the people I'm most afraid of being cops.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
you think
also
it's a
true.
maturity level?
I think it's
I don't think it's a
no,
bad thing
it's
to
not
be more
necessarily
mature.
Yeah, I
it's
don't
not a
think-
maturity level thing at all. It's a grab for power thing. It's like
Yeah.
in order for you to have that type of mind process in your brain and like this is what I want, you have to want it for a certain amount of things. And the people that I met that have done that, they want it for the wrong
Yeah,
things.
like now,
Yeah.
now that you've waited this time, you know, and you still want to do it. You know, you want to do it for sure.
Exactly.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
'Cause,
No,
like, I thought I wanted to do a lot of shit when I was 18.
yeah, no, I
You know?
I
Yeah.
know, dude. I
I
just
still don't
wanna,
know exactly what I'm gonna do.
like I've always been my whole life the person that like helps people. That's
Well, yeah.
yeah. And I know that the only way I can do that
Mhm.
is military or policing.
I have some
In my eyes,
there are
that's
other
the
ways.
best.
I don't know.
But that's the best way in my eyes I
Okay.
can do it.
for like
If-
for
if
you
that-
to use your
yeah.
tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
If
you-
that's,
for
if
me
that's
to
gonna
use my
justify it
tools.
to you, then definitely.
Yeah.
Here's some motivation for you, bro. My cousin actually is in LAPD. Got started probably a little over a year ago. And he didn't start till he was about 22, 23 because he went and played hockey in college for a few years.
Mhm. Yeah.
But he made LA news the other day. He got called to what people thought was an abandoned vehicle, so they just called it in, and he's just a beat cop responded to it. A woman was in labor in her vehicle,
Oh,
and him and his partner
fuck.
delivered the baby.
Oh, wow.
My 24-year-old cousin
Damn.
delivered a baby in
Yeah.
a car on the side of the road.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
insane.
See,
It was
that's-
really cool.
That's the shit that like I'm in
Shout
it.
out
Like I
Michael, we
literally
love
I
you.
want to help people and I want to protect the people I love.